Now we are going to look at Lady Macbeth's ambition in the play. This is from Act 1, Scene 7, where Macbeth has just told Lady Macbeth that they will not carry out the murder of King Duncan. Here we see a female in control, though her only control is through her husband. She says, "What beast was it, then?" This indicates that something strong would be needed to break the promise that Macbeth has made to her, that he shouldn't in any way, shape or form even try and go against her. The idea that she asks a rhetorical question, given that she refers to the murder as an enterprise, shows that she has no feeling towards this assassination and that she sees it as more of a business transaction. She then says, "When you durst do it, then you were a man." She's questioning his masculinity, and she insults his status as a man, and she does so several times throughout the play, which is not expected of a woman of the time. She goes on to mention that he was so much more the man, which is dominating and insulting, further reinforcing my former point. Towards the end of this section, she says, "I have given suck, and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums, and dashed the brains out, had I so sworn as you have to this." She's suggesting childbirth, the expectancy of women. She's reverting the stereotype, and her ambition is ruthless. So now we're going to move on to where else in the text that we can see Lady Macbeth's ambition. So, what we know is that Lady Macbeth wants to rid herself of gender expectations and stereotypes of the time. During the time that Macbeth was written, it would have been expected of women that they were gentle, they were kind, they stayed in the house, and that they did not have any authority. And she did not like this. So we're going to use the quote, "unsex me," here. The idea that she says "unsex me" is an imperative, command, and direction. This shows that she is automatically asserting her authority and dominance, which was not have been traditional. So we see throughout Macbeth that Lady Macbeth is not in any way a traditional woman. Here and in other instances, she reveals her ruthless nature and her strong desire for power, and how by following such desires, she has disturbed the societal structures. Doing so as a woman would have been highly looked down upon, as she is going against society and she is not doing what is expected of her. So no one would have expected it, but if anyone were to have seen this happen, they would have questioned what was going through her head, whether she was okay. Moving through the play, we see later on that she often tries to take control, and though this has been reinforced several times throughout the play up to this point, the quote that we're going to use in a moment emphasizes it further. Here, she also doesn't seem to feel guilt, which is later contradicted when she begins to feel the guilt and she loses control. The quote we're going to use is, "A little water clears us of this deed." The use of this quote indicates to us that she is trying to minimize the impact of the murder that has been committed. The idea that she uses water symbolizes the cleansing, the becoming clean, the wiping of the guilt, and that there should no longer be any guilt, there shouldn't be anything there. But she later, further on in the play, descends into a spit of madness as she begins to lose control, and she finds herself no longer being able to cope with the guilt. And there are several quotes to indicate this, but the one I've chosen links directly to A Little Water, as she says, "Will these hands never be clean?" Which is a direct juxtaposition to how she is presented in the quote, "A little water cleanses off this deed." So it makes it clear to us the way that Lady Macbeth has changed in terms of her ambition throughout the play. Now we're going to look right at the end of the play, before Lady Macbeth's death. So, we see that her ambition has now fallen, and she is beginning to accept that she can't change her actions. She's feeling all the guilt. She's losing control in everything. She doesn't know what she's doing, why she's done it. She's starting to remember everything that she's done, but she's becoming regretful. So, the quote that I'm going to use is, "What's done cannot be undone." So the impact that this quote has is that we see that she is beginning to show despair. She is regretful, which contrasts greatly to her earlier ambition. She's lost all of that ambition. She, at one point, had so much ambition that she reflected that onto Macbeth and used that within her manipulation of him. But now she's lost it. She's got none, and she feels terrible for everything she's done. She knows that what she's done is wrong and that it should never have been done. She's lost all ambition and hope. So within these three quotes and their analysis, we can see Lady Macbeth's ambition and how it has changed throughout the play.